Shalom, shalom, Makim, Yabashmel Shabrakathum, Anak Nawaha Aiboya Sha'ala, Hawalakim La'atham, Kal Shabwai, Baharacha, Wakaksha, Yabashmel Shah. Hey, we the Hebrew Israelites coming to you week in and week out through the spirit and power of Yabashmel Shah to preach to you Negroes, Latinos, West Indians, Haitians, Native Americans, and Israelite foreigners. Repent ye, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Call Layim La, Yahweh, Bashem Yahushua, Bashem Rachak Wadash. Wamashana Kabadim Zakoim Nawa Malakim Shoy Shala Zakoim Rachagadawa Wachasa Washalawam Wabrakim Lahabachaya Shah Hakawaya Shah Shalawam. Alright, so all praise to the Most High Yahweh, which means he exists. Bahashem, in the name Yahweh Shah, he delivers. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Israel, the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and mercy, peace, and blessings to the elect of the nation of Israel. Shalom, which means peace. Alright, so I just want to go into some information on like stones and stuff like that, because they're mentioned in various different places in the scriptures. All right, and in the Hebrew it will be Ahbanyam Yakar. So like Ahbanyam, it'll be Ahbanyam Yakar. All right, Ahbanyam means stones. Yaquar is precious. All right, and I'm gonna get a precept. This is Sirach. This is Sirach 38 and verse 4. It says, "The Lord hath created medicines out of the earth, and he that is wise will not abhor them." You see, so the Lord has placed natural medicines and herbs and stuff like he placed stones and herbs and stuff like that, which is part of our heritage and tradition. You see, with prayer, and that, you see, if it's the Lord's will, those things can heal us. You see, but back in the early 1900s, around that time, it was a movement with big pharma and that whole movement that was funded by the Rockefellers and the elites and stuff like that, where they moved in, they took out, they basically demonized natural medicines and herbs, and they put in what they got now. All right, and then around the 1950s, that's when the pharmaceutical industry started to like had it started to thrive. All right, and now, like, you'll be mocked, if you say, hey, it's natural stuff you can take. You'd be laughed at, but it's true. When truly the stuff that Esau has for you, that stuff is not good for you. It's only gonna make you worse and keep you coming back. Basically, making your condition worse or giving you something else. Basically keep you coming back and using you for your money. But I just wanted to go into a couple stones and a couple like metals. All right, so I'm gonna grab, this is, just put the word amethyst in. All right, this is amethyst. Is a purple stone. It's pretty common. You go into it, it says the high priest used it in the ephod. All right, and we can go down to the Strong's definition. It says, and thus dreamstone. All right, a amethyst is a heavy dreamstone. It's associated with dreams. It says probably amethyst. What's a lot? I'm gonna go down to this. It says the name of a stone in whom there appears, however, some confusion in order of words. This word appears to be verbal of conjunction, from to dream, perhaps from the superstitious idea of it causing dreams to those who wore it. An idea of similar kind gives its rise to the name because of its having the supposed power of keeping away drunkenness from the wearers. So the amethyst it sobers you up. All right, and it says supposed power. That's another way that Esau demonizes, or he not sure if that's the word, but he basically puts it in a bad light, like you look up stones and be like, do they have energy? And then it'll be like, oh well, it's nothing proven or something like that. Let me see if I can get an example. So right here, do stones really hold energy? Scientists' investigations have found no evidence that such energy grids actually exist, and there is no evidence that crystal healing has any greater effect on the body than any other placebos. And the placebo is basically something that somebody says works, but they can't really prove it, so to speak, or so called. But Esau knows about this stuff. You see, and if he didn't, he wouldn't use it. You see, and I got a good example of that. Let me see. If you go into like uranium, so uranium is actually it's a metal, as it says right here. And let's read it. It says uranium is full of is the fuel most widely used by nuclear plants for nuclear fission. Uranium is considered a non-renewable energy source, even though it is a common metal found in rocks worldwide. All right, it's found in rocks. Nuclear power plants use a certain kind of uranium referred to as U-23 or 235 for fuel because its atoms are easily split apart. All right. Nuclear generates more than half of the country's clean energy by using uranium instead of burning fossil fuels. Uranium is an abundant metal and is full of energy. One uranium fuel pellet creates as much energy as 1 ton of coal, 149 gallons of oil, or 17,000 cubic feet of natural gas. All right, and uranium is a metal. All right, and uranium is it has chemicals in it, or it has elements in it. All right, and we can get that lore as well. But the stones, when you go to the stones, they all be having See, let's go to amethyst. Let's see what that's made of. So right here, chemical formula. I think Si is us. Well, I'm not even gonna go into it, but SiO2. I know O2 is oxygen, so that has a chemical formula. You see, so they got elements in them, which means in turn that it will have some kind of energy. Now Esau does all that stuff, but we'll get more knowledge on that in the kingdom. You see, but these have energy in them. All right. And going back to what it said that they can't really prove if they got energy. They got energy. It says amethyst is a violet variety of quartz. The name comes from Koine Greek amethyst. I don't know how to say that. Amethystos, from which means not. Metho means intoxicate. A reference to belief that the stone protected its owner from drunkenness. All right, so the amethyst helps sober you up. All right. All right, and then I also want to go to this. It says crystal healing is an alternative medical technique in which crystals or other stones are used to cure ailments and protect against disease. Proponents of this technique believe that crystals act as conduits for healing, and if I'm not mistaken, a conduit basically allows something to travel, like energy to travel. Let's see. Let's see what a conduit is. A channel for conveying water or other fluid. Let's get some more. It says a tube for protecting electric wire. Let's see what this conduit. A similar natural passage, any means of transmission or conveyance as of information. So basically for something to go through. So, and it's referring to energy. Let's go back to it. It says proponents of this technique believe that crystals act as conduits for healing, enabling positive healing energy to flow into the body as negative disease causing energy flows out. But despite the fact that crystal healing has seen an upsurge in popularity in recent years, this alternative treatment is not popular with most medical doctors and scientists, many of whom refer to crystal healing as pseudoscience. And really, when you go into that word doctor, doctor is basically is basically somebody that's not going to help you when you go into the etymology of it. It basically goes into like somebody that's worthless, so they're not really trying to help you when you go into the meaning of doctor. All right, but let's see. Also, I want to go to emerald because emerald it improves your communication, strengthens your memory, retention of new information, and it also helps with your skin problems. And we already talked about uranium. Uranium, they use that for they used it in the past for atomic bombs, and they also use it for the nukes because it holds a lot of energy. You see, which they use, but you see in the kingdom, we'll get knowledge on that. And I also want to go to lepiodite. Lithium stone. All right, so when you go to lithium, and you can also see it has a chemical composition. That's because it comes from the elements. It says lepidolite. Lepidolite is an important source of lithium. When you think about your phones, it'd be like lithium ion batteries and stuff like that. It says an important source of lithium, which is the lightest metal in the world. And this is also a stone, lepiodite. You go to the images, that's lepiodite right there. It looks pretty cool when it's like in a smooth form. It is used in rechargeable batteries, mobile phones, toasters, microwave ovens, air purifiers, aircraft parts, and is well known as a mood stabilizing drug. You see, so Esau uses this stuff, but for you, he don't want you using it. He don't want you to have the knowledge on it, and that's hypocritical, you see. But continuing on, basically lithium is used for all of this stuff, and this is also proven that it has energy, because if it didn't, why exactly would he be using it? You see. All right, and I also wanted to grab Wisdom of Solomon 7 and verse 17. It says, "For he hath given me certain knowledge of things that are, namely, to know how the world was made and the operation of the elements." You see, so this is King Solomon. You see, who was Yahweh Shai in the reincarnation, regeneration. And it says the operation of elements, because all the elements, they work a certain way, you see. And with the stones, they have elements in them, so they can be used a certain way, you see. And Esau has surface level info on them, and that's why he uses them. But he doesn't give us that information. But nevertheless, these things can be used as energy, you see, and they can be used for those medicines mentioned in Sirach 38 and 4. All right, depending on which stone it is. And You just go into each different stone, and they each have different characteristics and benefits, you see, but they can help, and they do have medicinal uses. All right, and the last one I want to grab was Job 13 and 4. Job 13 and 4. It says, but ye are forgers of lies, ye are physicians of no value. You see, in Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, are forgers of lies. You see, they make lies because they say that, oh, it's no evidence on it or this or that. You see, but whole time they're using it themselves. They're using the energy themselves for things, for their blessing. They're using the energy from these stones and metals and stuff from the earth for their blessing. They use the uranium for those nukes and stuff like that. It says, "Ye are all physicians of no value." All right, and that's a so-called white man for you, because he's a physician of no value. You see, his whole pharmaceutical industry is worthless. And when you go into this in different versions, it says, you use lies like plaster. You are all worthless healers. You see, in their worthless healers, their pharmaceutical industry does not help you. It makes you worse. You see, the true medicines are from the earth. You know, and Esau knows this to a certain extent. You know, but he pushes that the worthless so-called medicine on the population. You see, and that's why he gotta be taken out of power, because he's worthless. He's the basis of men. You see, this is the same man that was I'm gonna go to it. This is Job. Let's see if I can find it. This is Job 3. Basically, this is the same man that was dwelling in the caves, you know, making the grunting noises and stuff like that. You know, he's the basis of men. He's good for nothing, you see, and that's why, because he wants to rule this world in wickedness, you see, the Lord is going to repay him gravely for that. It's Job 30. And what I was referring to, verse 6, it says, verse 5, they were driven forth from among men, you see, because they are the basis of men. They're not able to live amongst people, you see, because it said where the wicked was, transgression increases, you see, because they're liars, you know, they're thieves, and they're just wicked. It says, they cried after them as after a thief, to dwell in the cliffs of the valleys and the caves of the earth, and in the rocks. Among the bushes they brayed, under the nettles they were gathered together. They were children of fools, yet children of base men. They were viler than the earth. All right, and you go into verse 7, it says they brayed. And that word bray means to make a sound like a donkey, you see. That's where Esau, Edom came from, you see. He came from up out of them caves into deceiving the whole world, you see, because going back into his pharmaceutical industry, it's worthless. All right. But Lord's word I was edifying. Call her like La Yahweh Bashim Yahushua Bashim Kagdash. A double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that taught me this truth and rule well. Much respect to you brothers out there pushing this truth with all righteousness and sincerity. Shalom, shalom.